Jill, was Tara a pain in the tushy as a child?
Actually, okay, I'll tell you the whole shebang here.
Oh no, this could be bad.
Actually, Tara was, I have to say, she was very well behaved. She didn't give me a whole lot of trouble. She really didn't. The only thing was, now here comes the
I know what you're going to say.
What?
Go ahead. I know what it is.
She was very active. That's the only thing. She was just wee and happy and active. And is that what you thought?
Well, sort of. I thought you were going to talk about pilling all the wallpaper.
Oh, she pilled all the wallpaper. She was in her crib.
I have this thing about picking things.
She picks things.
I pick everything.
She picks the labels off of polish bottles, and she
can't stand labels on stuff.
Yeah, she picks them. And I put her down for a nap, and she was so quiet, which made me suspicious at the time. But I thought maybe she actually fell asleep today. Finally, I heard her. She was hollering. I went in there. She picked about a 4-foot circle as far as she could reach of all the wallpaper and paint off of her bedroom wall. The thing was, it was an old house, and it had like 25 layers of wallpaper and then paint and wallpaper and paint. And she just pulled all that down and picked that off. But I think the thing I always remember about her the most is you went from our kitchen and you walked through the doorway, through the dining room, through the living room, and into her bedroom. And her dad and I told her one day, you need to go in and get dressed. Oh, okay. And she's dancing and prancing all her way from the kitchen into the dining room, all the way down. And I follow behind her in a minute. And here we had a grand piano that was open. And here was her panties hooked on the top of that grand piano. And I went a little bit farther, and here was her nightgown on the couch. And here was the sock. And all the way, I just had to follow the path. And I could tell exactly where she went. And I had a friend she went and did gardening for one time to help this friend clean up her leaves and stuff in the yard. And I'd always told her about Tara, being this way. You could always tell where Tara had been. And she called, she said, I could tell exactly where Tara had been. She wasn't home, and Tara went on over when she wasn't home and did it for her. She said, I saw leaves, a little trail of leaves all the way where she'd walked. And so, but she was just very, very busy all the time.
I'm more of a pain in the butt as an adult than I am as it probably
was.
Oh, yeah,
I really didn't have. I never had her sass me, talk
all
back
my brilliant
to me.
ideas.
Yeah, she just never, she got good grades in school all the time, and she never gave me really any trouble at all. And she was more boisterous, and her brother was more quiet, but the two of them together, it was always interesting what they...
Yeah, he was the problem.
No, yeah, right.
And then, listen, the truth shall set him free.
But no.
See this? That's my brother. That is my brother right there. That's why I never have had front teeth for the last 40 years.
But you didn't tell him that you were trying to grab the thing from him.
It was mine. I was playing with it first.
And you guys were fighting over it.
See, she always defends him.
The worst thing that I remember that I got so mad at him about, back then you only had one, it was black and white. And it wasn't a whole lot bigger than Tara's computer screen here. TV, that's all we could afford was this little tiny TV, and black and white. And Tara was in there. I don't know what, and with a friend, they were sitting in there watching TV. And David came in. It was about 8 o'clock. They were a little bit older. They were about 14, 15. And he came in and he said, he turned the TV. And Tara said, don't turn that TV. We were watching that. And David said, it's my week to have whatever I want to watch on TV. I used to do that with him back and forth.
And you couldn't record anything.
You couldn't record anything.
You didn't have more than one TV.
So you just the kids took turns on whose week. And he just he was doing it to be ornery to her and her friend. And she flipped it back. And she said, we were watching. That's a good show. He said, it's about the giant tomato show. You're watching a giant killer tomato show. And they fought like crazy over that. That's one of the main things I ever heard you guys fight over, really.
See, my brother, he's the problem. I'm just saying, he's the problem.
No, they were really good. And this is a parenting tip. I was so blessed because my husband, he wasn't the disciplinarian. I was the disciplinarian in the family. But there was one thing he always did. He never allowed the kids to, when they were little, to raise their voice, to even kind of like sass me, say, well, I can do this if I want, or I'm blah, 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 whatever, how the kids talk. He would never allow them to speak to me like that. And he made, he would be very, he didn't raise his voice or anything. He just did that. He would just, kind of say, you don't talk to your mom like that, or you need to say it nice or something. And he would always intervene if they ever, even like we were going home from church one time and we decided to stop off to get something to eat that day. I think it was Mother's Day or something. And he said, where should we go to eat? And right away the kids started popping, and he said, no. He said, it's your mom's choice. Your mom, your mom can decide. You guys, he was giving me the respect of honoring me by saying for me to choose, where I wanted to go, not always what the kids wanted to do. So he did so many things like that. So that by the time they were, getting to be a little bit older, close to junior high and that, I never really had any disciplinary problems with them that much. I mean, until they were, not really. They never mouthed back at me or anything. Yeah. So because
I was perfect.
Because she was perfect.
That's because I'm still perfect.
Oh, did I talk too long? I'm sorry.
Keep saying how perfect I was.
Oh, you want me to keep telling how perfect you were?
The world needs to know how perfect I am.
Oh, except one time she was screaming bloody murder on the front porch, and I thought, oh no, what happened?
A little turd. See, it's still my brother. It is still my brother. Everyone says they have brothers. They know.
I went running to the front porch.
Ask Ellie.
There she stood. She was covered. Her face, her hair, her whole body was covered from head to toe in mud. And I said, what happened? And she said, it was David. He threw mud at me. Well, I knew good and well she'd done something to tick him off in the first place, and they got in a mud fight. And so, but what happened was, she really got upset because I burst out laughing because she looked so funny covered in, and I couldn't stop laughing. So
she took my picture.
I took her picture, and she really felt abused then because I took her picture.
Although my brother did feel bad when I almost died because he was being a turd. So, of course, I had to chase him through the house. And we were going around the house, and the screen door would go open, and it'd slam behind him, and I'd push it, and it wouldn't close all the way. So I'd push it and go. And well, one time it closed, and I pushed and went my arms, and I still have, well, you can't really see it on here, but I still have. It went like up to here, totally slashed my. He could have murdered me. He almost murdered me. My brother almost murdered me.
But you almost cut his hand off. So
well, that's true. She
almost cut his hand off in a drill press one time. She told him, just push that button. It won't hurt anything.
So the drill press lid was open. And when the drill press, for those of you who don't know, there's a belt that goes along. I'm like, put your finger on this belt. It just goes across. Oh, look, feel how cool this is. And my dumb brother, see, it's still his fault though. He didn't hold his finger still. You hold your finger still. And he didn't hold his finger still, and his finger and almost lopped off his finger. But I was perfect.
And I wonder why I'm gray.